Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, hey, we're back, man. We're talking about Banshees episode, man, that aired tonight, February 28th, 2014. It's called Evil for Evil. If you haven't had an opportunity to watch that, stop listening now. Major spoilers. This podcast is a little bit late, man. It's about almost 3 hours late, and the reason why is because I needed time to calm down a little bit, man. A time to process exactly what happened tonight. Before we begin with that, man, let's go ahead and talk about the episode as far as the description. Here it goes. Lucas busts Proctor, but at a cost. Sharp and his skinheads seek revenge against Emmett. Job gets a lead on Rabbit. Tonight's episode of Banshee is by far the most controversial episode in the history of the series. It is by far the worst thing that I've seen on television in a very long time, man. Words can't describe really, what happened tonight. And that's 100% just me being honest, man. As a fan of the series and franchise, man, I'm very proud tonight, man, because they went somewhere tonight, man, that very few companies, very few directors, very few writers have ever went, man. I think they knew after they filmed tonight's episode. I think they knew after they wrote it, and that's why it happened, that people were going to talk about this. Fans of the show will talk about this. This is going to get people to watch Banshee. This is going to get people to take Banshee seriously. This is going to get people to, I guess, see Banshee that haven't seen it. It's going to put Banshee on the radar. And let me kind of back up a little bit, man, and kind of talk about Banshee, man. I've always said that Banshee is the best television show on TV right now. Banshee is the best television show probably in the history of television. And the reason why is because they created a universe, this Banshee universe, with characters that are relatable, with stories that are fascinating, with scenes that are almost undescribable, man. They are creating masterpieces. They're creating art on the big screen or the small screen that can be considered something like Picasso, man. Like, it is absolutely brilliant. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't even understand what happened tonight. But we had to talk about it, okay? Before we begin, man, let's just kind of give you guys an overview of tonight's episode. And I'll break this podcast into a couple of different pieces, man, just to kind of give you guys an opportunity, man, to either watch the show, give me more time to kind of grasp what happened. And also, man, just because we're going to have to dedicate time to talk about what happened tonight. So anyway, forgive me for talking about that for just 4 minutes. It's kind of just talking, but it's just, I have to make sure that we're on the same level of understanding because everything changed tonight. Tonight's episode, man, of Evil for Evil, man, it starts off, man, with Lucas finding out that Carrie decided to come on a job with Job, okay? So that episode last week where Carrie went to Job and said, hey, I need help. I have to pay for money for Max. I need money. Job, come with me. Let's do a job. No one else has to know. Well, we find out that Lucas finds out, okay? He knows, all right? Lucas, Carrie, Job, and Sugar Bates are inside of Sugar Bates' bar, and it's really awesome. It's almost like a press photo, if you will. like they're releasing it for media. It was everybody standing still, and it's one of those photos where you can just press screen print and capture it and just release it to social media sites and talk about it, and it just looked really, really good. You can actually probably put it on your wall. It was so good. The job that Carrie and Job go on, Lucas shows up and he calls out Carrie, like, what are you doing here? I can't believe you're here. This is really happening? Carrie's like, yeah, it's really happening. And they go back to Sugar Bates bar, and then the scene switches to Rebecca, Kai, and the Bowtie Man. The Bowtie Man, Kai, and Rebecca are they're discussing and investigating the explosion that happened at Kai Proctor's factory. And here's what's kind of crazy, man. All of the meat has gone bad. All of Kai Proctor's meat. You can mess with Kai Proctor's drugs. You can steal his weapons. You can blow up, some of his construction projects. You can blow up casinos. You can do pretty much whatever you want, but do not mess with Kai Proctor's meat. That's what happened tonight, man. The Bowtie Man informs Kai Proctor that the refrigerator, the generator that powers the refrigerator, the backup generator, someone hacked into the server and crashed it. All the meat is done. It's gone. Well, Kai Proctor is ticked off, man. He's very upset. He's very angry. And he goes and he confronts Lucas Hood about his meat. Yeah, it's not good of a situation, man, because it puts Sugar Bates in a very uncomfortable situation. And before Kai Proctor enters the bar, he says, don't buy your meat where you buy your bread and butter. Kai Proctor comes in, man, and he's like, Deputy Hood, or Sheriff Hood, I should say, here's the situation. And he's not happy. Well, Hood is just like, yeah, whatever, man. It's war now. This is what's going to happen. Here's the situation, man. Deal with it, We're going to put you down, man. There's no more playing around with you. And it's pretty frightening, man, because you understand that from this episode, Evil for Evil, till the end of the series, there's war between Kai Proctor and Lucas Hood. And to be honest, man, it's kind of unnecessary war, man. It really, really is. It's unnecessary because, not to say that you want to leave Kai Proctor alone to do whatever he's going to do, but it's like, yo, Lucas, man, you're free. You're in a good situation. You should probably be focusing on getting out of Banshee, man. But instead, you're worrying about that stuff, man, and it's not good, man. And we're going to stop here, and then we'll come back, and we'll get right into the rest of the episode, man. Stay tuned.